A hush settles over the heavens as the Lamb breaks the third seal. No thunder, no roar, only a voice, measured, deliberate, calling, "Come and see." And out of the shadows steps a rider unlike the first two. No bow, no sword, no crown, only a pair of scales, held with the precision of a merchant who never loses a coin. The horse beneath him is black as famine itself, its coat absorbing every glimmer of light, as if even brightness must now be rationed. This rider does not charge. He does not gallop. He calculates. Every step is the sound of a world tightening, a civilization shrinking, a people learning what it means to live under the weight of scarcity. Then comes the cry, not from the rider, but from the midst of the four living creatures, a voice that shakes the marketplace of the world. A measure of wheat for a denarius, and 3 measures of barley for a denarius, a day's wage for a day's food. Nothing left for tomorrow. Nothing left for the weak. Nothing left for the careless. The world is reduced to survival math. Yet even in judgment, a boundary remains. Do not harm the oil and the wine. Luxury survives while necessities vanish. The wealthy glide untouched while the poor suffocate. The scales are not merely tools. They are symbols of a global imbalance now laid bare. The black horse does not create injustice. It reveals it. It exposes the fragility of nations, the illusions of prosperity, and the idols of self-sufficiency. This is not merely famine. It is economic collapse, supply chain fracture, inflationary pressure, and the unraveling of systems people trusted more than God. The black horse rides not with noise, but with numbers. Numbers that choke, numbers that judge, numbers that remind humanity that bread is not guaranteed. The third seal opens without thunder. No shaking earth. No violent cry. Only a stillness so heavy it feels like creation itself is holding its breath. And from that silence comes the summons, measured, steady, come and see. What steps forward is not chaos, not conquest, not bloodshed. It is something colder, something slower, something that tightens around a world like a belt pulled one notch at a time. The horse is black, deep, absorbing, almost metallic in its darkness. It does not shine, it swallows light. And the rider upon it carries no weapon, no crown, no banner. Only scales, balanced, precise, unforgiving. He is not a warrior. He is an auditor, a reckoner, a silent accountant of nations who has come to expose what people trusted more than God. He does not gallop. He advances with the rhythm of a ticking clock. Each step is a calculation. Each breath is a measurement. The world beneath him begins to constrict, not by force, but by shortage. Not by violence, but by valuation. This is the horse that does not kill quickly. Kills slowly through the mathematics of scarcity. Then comes the voice, not from the rider, but from the midst of the living creatures. The place where divine authority speaks. A measure of wheat for a denarius, and 3 measures of barley for a denarius, a day's wage for a day's food. No margin, no cushion, no room for error. Humanity is reduced to survival-level economics, where every coin is a decision and every meal is a miracle. This is not merely famine. It is inflation, supply chain fracture, economic collapse, and the unraveling of systems people assumed were unshakable. The black horse does not create crisis. It reveals the fragility that was already there. It exposes the idols of prosperity, the illusions of abundance, and the arrogance of nations that believed their wealth was eternal. Yet even in judgment, a strange boundary is spoken. Do not harm the oil and the wine. Essentials vanish while luxuries remain untouched. The poor starve while the wealthy sip. The imbalance is not accidental, It is diagnostic. The scales in the rider's hand are not for commerce, they are for exposure. They show a world where comfort survived but compassion did not. The black horse is the moment when humanity discovers that bread is not guaranteed, that systems are not sovereign, and that the economy is not God. It is the seal that confronts the heart with a question: what do you trust when the shelves are empty? The rider forces the world to face the truth that abundance without gratitude becomes entitlement, and entitlement without repentance becomes judgment. But even here, the Lamb is not absent. The seal is not chaos unleashed, it is sovereignty revealed. The black horse rides under the authority of the one who opens the scroll. Judgment is not random. Scarcity is not accidental. The scales are not in human hands, they are in his. And what he weighs is not wheat and barley, but hearts, nations, and the foundations people built their lives upon. And when the black horse passes, the world will know that prosperity is not security, wealth is not worship, and survival is not salvation. Only the Lamb is. Only his kingdom is unshakable. Only his provision endures. The black horse is not the end, it is the unveiling. It is the moment when humanity sees what truly sustains them and what never could. Before you go, stay connected to this work. If these teachings strengthen you, take a moment to like, share, and leave a comment. It helps the message reach those who need it. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and tap the bell, not for noise, but so you won't miss the next part of this unfolding revelation. Every alert is simply a gentle nudge that another teaching is ready, another piece of truth is waiting, and the journey continues.